Committee for Geelong acknowledges the Wadawurrung people as the traditional owners of the lands, waters, seas and skies on which we operate. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. We acknowledge Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as Australia's First Nations people.
I believe we are at a fundamental inflection point that requires a different approach to our future. I think committee needs to heed advice of what new CEOs are often told. What got you here is not going to get you there. You have to lift, you have to take different views, you have to think differently, to reframe the agenda, to understand the context, and aggressively pursue sound positions based on policy and research.
The Committee for Geelong is committed to building a prosperous and inclusive city region which values its people and its natural environment. During the past financial year, while attending meetings with representatives from each political party, where we advocated for key projects for the Geelong and the South West region, I was reminded of the complex process to aggregate ideas and present priorities to politicians who need to weigh up the competing issues of good government, electability and community need.
The past 12 months have been significantly challenged by ongoing uncertainty through the pandemic and in terms of global tensions in Asia and Europe. However, the Geelong region has continued to grow and be a place of choice to live, work and invest. During the year, we've continued to engage members with regular, exclusive member briefings, which were well attended and importantly provided a channel for members to help inform our work.
Allows them to attract and retain the best possible people. Otherwise,
we celebrated 2 decades of the Committee for Geelong. Sponsored by Ports Victoria and held at GMHBA Stadium on Tuesday the 7th of December, we were thrilled to finally gather with many of the committee's founding board and committee members, local, state and federal government representatives and valued member organisations to celebrate the Committee for Geelong's people, progress and priorities over the past 20 years. The audience heard an impassioned and provocative speech by keynote speaker Janet Dorr. We launched the committee's Future Geelong video, which traces the incredible growth of Geelong, from the CBD skyline to transport infrastructure growth, and reflects the most important asset in the Geelong region, the clever and creative people. The inaugural Frank Costa Leadership Award was presented to the 2021 recipient Francis Diver, the CEO of Barwon Health. And finally, the event proceedings included the award recognitions of 20, 15 and 10-year member organisations. We continued to advocate for projects in line with our strategic framework, a highlight being the local collaboration of creative, cultural and advocacy organisations. Together we pushed for the region to be a magnet for the creative industries as the growing sector begins its recovery from pandemic lockdowns. I was chair of the steering committee that developed the region's first creative industry strategy, Making Change. Produced by Tony Grabowski and Associates, the 5-year strategy aims to spark leadership, inform government and work with the creative community to build skills, attract investment and grow the economic and social benefits of the sector. And in 2022, we saw the launch of the Greater Geelong, Greater Australian Stories brand narrative. The Committee for Geelong was part of the project group responsible for the strategy and development of the brand, and seeing it come to fruition was a wonderful moment in time. It is strongly linked to the Committee's strategic framework action area of a creative and dynamic Geelong, and additionally was a fantastic show of strength and collaboration among many stakeholders who came together to design and build the brand to benefit the region. Despite disruptions in recent years, the 21-22 financial year included successful execution of our signature events that were well attended and took place at various venues in Geelong with the warm hospitality for which the region is known. Celebrating its 17th year, the leadership portfolio has continued to provide exceptional opportunities for growth, contribution and connection to two outstanding groups of participants. In 2022, we launched a refreshed and modernised Leaders for Geelong program, which has been updated to meet the needs of the modern adult learner. The Future Geelong magazine was a collaboration with the Geelong Advertiser to help commemorate and celebrate 20 years of the Committee for Geelong. The 56-page publication was an initiative of the committee and included historical stories of the Wadawurrung people and Geelong's future as a thriving global UNESCO creative city of design. It showcases a community that has rebounded from significant economic shocks to being one of the fastest growing cities in Australia.
Looking ahead to the next financial year and the Committee for Geelong rebranding for NAIDOC Week 2022 to the Committee for Geelong, a nod to our vision for local ownership of our unique identity, which must fundamentally include the region's First Peoples, the Wadawurrung traditional owners. We are proud to be an organisation that recognises and supports equality for all people as we grow to a population of 1 million.